Why? Why did you have to leave, Tilian? Good heavens, no. Why? For those of you that don't know, longtime member and third clean vocalist of dancegavindance, Tilian Pearson left the group. Mind you, this happened on the 15th of April, 2 days after I dropped my deep dive video on the band. I know this comes as a shock to many fans, myself included. Tilian was in for so long that we forgot that this used to be a normal occurrence for the band, for members to come in and out for relatively short periods of time. It hits hard, especially for me, because Tilian was the first clean vocalist out of the band that I was introduced to through their song We Own the Night. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Tilian Pearson for helping make some of the best albums and memories that I have the pleasure of keeping. Best of luck to you in your next endeavors. I'd like to say thank you once again to you raging DGD fanatics requesting me to listen to this album, Jackpot Juicer. Firstly, I'll talk about the album, then I'll talk about the new singles released as of me making this video and script. Jackpot Juicer. What else can I say besides, I'm sorry I didn't listen to this gem earlier. Hot damn is this album amazing. I've liked Afterburner and Artificial Selection, but those don't scratch the itch nearly as well as this album does. Jackpot Juicer starts us off with this beautiful classical interlude, Untitled II, and man, does it not disappoint. It's beautiful, entrancing, and magical, preparing us for the sweet tunes that are about to come. Now, if you remember anything from my deep dive video on the band, then you'll remember the number one thing that they bring to any album, which is an intense banger of an opening song. For this album, the proper opening song is none other than Cream of the Crop. When I heard this, I said to myself, if the rest of this album is anything like this, then I'm going to be loving the rest of it. Spoiler alert, I do. The beginning of the song throws us straight in with the Sharks with this intense but majestically melodic chorus from Tilian and John Miss. I'm telling you, no matter what the lineup of the band, they somehow always manage to make anything sound catchy. How can you not love this part of the chorus? Are we pandas on camels or birds in a flock? Are we caricatures? Are we cream of the crop? It's something about that last line that sounds super cool to me. Like, are the band exaggerations of themselves and making a mockery of themselves, or are they the very best of the best? Honestly, it might not mean anything, but it makes it fun for me to do this when they leave things open to interpretation. Also, how could I forget to compliment the instrumentation? This music here gives me the same groovy feeling as the album Happiness did, but with their own modern day touch to it. I also love the other lines in the bridge that Tilian has. These go, they'll only know you by your disguise, don't have to show them every single side, make it so you don't need an alibi. I'm not too sure if this means anything, and this could be me reaching once again, but something about this sounds so touching in a way that I can't properly convey. Plus, they're also really cool. Next up, we got the groovy tune Synergy featuring Rob Demiani. Definitely listen to that. The opening guitar riffs are straight up sex my eardrums, and John Mess's screams are golden as usual. And then the effortless transition straight to Tilian's verse is sensational. Then you got the pre-chorus and chorus, which are just as groovy and catchy. You can't tell me this chorus isn't catchy as hell with lines like this: I'm locked in and topped up, often caution, my pace is toxic, I'm living life as if I'm already dead. I feel like I get transported into this different headspace when listening to this song, like a mental disco ball is going off inside of my head. But it's just this playing. I also really liked Rob's feature, as this is the first time I'm hearing of him. His voice sounds amazing, and it's a great contrast to both Tilian and John's. I also really love John Mess's screams around the breakdown right after this. It's something about the way he screams the lines, fitted with the gimmick, make a cynical wow. Many men went in it, but they couldn't get out. It's sped up, but in a controlled sort of way. I just love it. It's sonically pleasing to my eardrums. Also, to hear Tilian and Rob sing the final chorus together was something I didn't know I needed, but I hope to hear it on other projects outside of DGD. Moving on, we've got Holy Ghost Spirit. It's got this nice beginning with these beautiful soft little arrangement of notes right before the main instrumental comes right in, which is nothing short of amazing. There's also something really funny with hearing John Mess scream, dull knife, no slice, you're nearing the end of your life, bye bye. Then you got Tilian coming in majestically and sounding angelic. This is more of a soft banger in comparison to the past two songs right before this, which helps for a nice change of pace. Also really love the bit where Tilian sings, zooming through the haze, I'll sleep when I'm awake. Something about it and that entire section sounds so magical to me. Overall, this is a really great song. For the Jeers featuring Andrew Wells, a frequent collaborator of the band, is a nice chill track. His voice is amazing and paired with Tilian's makes for a great time. The instrumentation is groovy as it was in the beginning, and John Messer's screaming is still great here, beaming with character. As much as I love the clean vocals, songs like Ember prove why I love the unclean vocals. John's screaming at 110 kilometers per hour and is slowing down for no one, and his lines are just as great as here. For instance, him talking about COVID-19 / a cold and using some of these lines to describe the feeling of it are why I love it. For instance, we've got lines like achoo, 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 the pollen, you so rude, the mucus I produce is more than just a nuisance, it's abuse. There's more like them, but I'll let you discover those gems for yourselves. Skipping past a few songs, we're now at Feels Bad Man. Gotta love that title. The number one thing I love about these tracks is the sheer amount of grooviness weaved into all of them. This is also one of those tracks where John has stolen the show. He has this wonderful delivery which sounds a bit newer than before. So even though he doesn't sound radically different compared to the last album, factors like the speed he's saying his lines with and the rhythm, it's just phenomenal. We gotta give this man his flowers while he's still with us, y'all. Diving further into this album, just around the halfway point, we've got the absolute diamond, Die Another Day. The opening notes are enchanting and grab my attention immediately. Then we got the chorus. While not lyrically that impressive to me, the way it's sung and the combination of the vocals and instrumentation easily make this one of my favorite tracks on the whole album. John's unclean vocals here are as amazing as they are on the album so far, and a great compliment to the vocal performance that Tilian is putting on here. We're gonna skip past a couple more songs to make way to the beauty, Pray to God for Your Mother. What more can I say here that I haven't said already? Great instrumentation, vocals, and lyrics are doing their thing in unison, and I'm loving every bit of it. How can you not love that groovy ass chorus with it going, part of me wants to believe that I will not come apart at the seams, that I will learn from the cut when I bleed. Damn, I love this band. Now, we're gonna skip once again, but this time to the heavenly closer, Swallowed by Eternity. It has this amazing intro with Tilian leading us in and these beautiful notes backing him up. This is the most unique song on the entire album with how it sounds and the way it's approached. And hot damn is that outro one of the best things I've heard in a while. Then bringing back Andrew for this one is amazing. Seriously, how can you not love the lyrics? Profound, enlightening, inspiring, meaningful statement. No one makes it out. Go have a great life. Oh my days, is that beautiful or what? Don't answer that question, it obviously is. Hearing John, Tilian, and Andrew pour their hearts out and vocals on this has resulted in one of the best eargasms I've had, no diddy. Seriously, I had a great time listening to this album. Thank you to the boys for making an amazing album with amazing artwork once again. Almost forgot to mention that. Now, allow me to give y'all my opinion on the two new singles with Andrew Wells as the band's clean vocalist. Drumroll please. They're both bangers. You heard that right. The new singles are great, and I think I can hear the new approach the band is going for. It sounds a bit more on the abrasive side, with there being more of a balance between both vocalists instead of just focusing on one of them for most of the time. Andrew's voice is amazing in these. He's the second vocalist since Johnny Craig for me who hasn't had a rough start of me getting used to their vocals and approaches on a dancegavindance record. He has that same grit that Johnny Craig does while having that melodic majesticness that Tilian did, which made it come across so smooth. Straight from the heart and Speed Demon feel different compared to the Tilian era, but fit well within DGD's identity and sound, which is what I love about this band. They're not confined to doing things one way or another and aren't as heavily dependent on needing all the same members for a track or album of theirs, which has resulted in some of the best music they've had and interesting art pieces that they've made. Rest assured y'all, we're in good hands. Thank you to everyone for the support on these videos. They mean the world to me, and I'm glad y'all feel the same. I couldn't be any more grateful. After this, I'll be posting some movie reviews or other types of content on the channel just to give myself a bit of a break and to also develop other amazing videos for y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for whatever else I put out. And this is Black Sugar 11 out.